Hello students, welcome to my chemistry class. The previous video was based on animation and that video only I send to revise. That quick revision in between is very important. But in that video, maybe at the last of the video, electrochemical series was introduced, electrochemical series, and today I am going to explain all about this electrochemical series. So firstly we should know the definition of the what is electrochemical series. So you can define this way as electrochemical series is the arrangement of elements and ions in decreasing order of in increasing order of their standard reduction potential. Once again, electrochemical series is the arrangement of elements and ions in increasing order of their standard reduction potential. So this is the simple definition of the electrochemical series. Before I go in detail about the electrochemical series, I want to remind you there is another term we use, similar term, activity series. Activity series. So what is the difference between electrochemical series and activity series? If you see, whenever activity series was introduced, only metals was arranged in decreasing order of their reactivity. So a series of metals arranged in decreasing order of their reactivity is called activity series. But electrochemical series includes elements and ions. So here elements mostly it is metals and some non-metals also. Metals and non-metals, and ions, both type of ions are included, positive ions and negative ions. Okay, it means electrochemical series is the broad spectrum compared to the activity series. Activity series only includes metals only metals in their decreasing order of reactivity. So this is the reactivity base. There is no discussion about the electrode potential, but electrochemical series includes all kinds of metals and ions, elements and ions, means metals, non-metals, positive and negative. So let's see what are the elements and ions are arranged. So I will write a few metals or non-metals and ions, because this is a very big series. So only what are very important to learn, and mostly numericals based on that will be covered in this series. So a little bit short series I will write here. Starting, always remember, lithium will be on the top. Lithium will be the first in the series, on the very top of the series. After that, potassium, lithium, potassium, then barium, then calcium, then sodium, magnesium, aluminium. So actually there are so many mnemonics are there. Means there is a trick how to learn this activity series. So I learned this. Then zinc, then chromium, then cadmium, iron, then cadmium, cobalt, nickel, tin and lead, and just below lead there is a hydrogen, half H2 we can write. Okay, so hydrogen is here written. This is actually a reference point. If we divide this series into two parts, so we will always discuss above hydrogen and below hydrogen. And just below hydrogen there is a copper, mercury, silver and gold. And just below gold there is a fluoride ion. Okay, some more ions are also present here, just below aluminum there is a hydroxide ion, OH. Okay, below aluminum there is a hydroxide ion, and just below cadmium there is a sulfate ion. So here is the cadmium, so we can write here sulfate ion. Okay, above cadmium is iron, and above iron there is a chromium I mentioned here. So this is the sulfate ion, this is the, so hydroxide ion is the first negatively charged ion which is introduced in the, so it is the top. If we make the series of ions, so hydroxide ion will only n ions, so hydroxide ion will be on the top and fluoride ion will be just below. Between copper and mercury, just below copper there is a iodide ion, and just below iodide ion there is a ferrous ion. Remember, ferrous ion is here. So this is enough. So we have anions here, OH minus ion, and this is actually formed when water undergoes hydrolysis. So when water goes under hydrolysis, it gives hydrogen ion. So what happens? OH group of water take electrons and changes into OH minus and releasing hydrogen gas. So in book this is written like that. Okay. And if you see that these are the metals, how this electrochemical series is arranged in decreasing order of increasing order of standard reduction potential. And what is the reduction potential? Reduction potential is that when Mn plus accept electron then changes into M, and then E naught is called reduction potential. So whatever E naught will be obtained here due to reduction of ions into metals, that potential is actually considered the reduction potential. So these are based on reduction potential. So if you see, lithium is obtained from lithium ion, potassium from potassium ion, barium from barium ion, and so on. Remember here, iron we have taken. So iron has two variable states, Fe2 plus and Fe3 plus. So this iron is obtained by Fe2 plus because this state of iron only can accept electrons to change into Fe. Okay, so this only is considered as the on this side. And here is the another place iron Fe2 plus is mentioned. So this is Fe3 plus to Fe2 plus. So when ferric ion accept electron, then changes into ferrous ion, and this iron changes from ferrous ion here. Okay, so if we see the reduction potential of all, so it is not necessary to learn all the reduction potential, but you should know few, and in few first you should know about the lithium. Lithium reduction potential is minus 3.05. Remember, and you learn the last one, fluoride ion, and the fluoride ion is have plus 2.87 volt. This is the topmost and the bottom. On the top and the bottom, and all other will be in between. So we can see that standard reduction potential is increases from negative to positive. Just below hydrogen, these all are having positive. For copper, it is 0.34 volt. Okay. For Fe3 plus changing into Fe2 plus, then it will be plus 0. I think it will be 77. Okay. Fe3 plus when changing into Fe2 plus, that time it will be positive and it will be 0.77. But when Fe2 plus changing into Fe, this will be minus 0.44 volt. So you see the difference. This change, ferrous to neutral metal, is have negative reduction potential, and ferric to ferrous ion, it has positive reduction potential. So these values, negative and positive, have its importance. So we will talk about the important feature of the electrochemical series. So what I told you, learn the position of these metals, and if we learn only metals or those are in ionic form, okay, so that will be enough. No need to learn the whole equation as given in the book, but concept will be clear. Lithium is obtained from lithium ion, and this is because of the acceptance of electron, and acceptance of electron, this is called a reduction. Okay, you see the reaction when the Mn plus accept electron changing into metal, and that time whatever we measure the standard electrode potential will be called reduction potential, standard reduction potential. So these are the all standard reduction potential. These all are arranged on the basis of their standard reduction potential. So standard reduction potential of lithium is very less and fluoride ion is very high. Lithium is on the top and fluoride ion on the bottom. Okay, so this is electrochemical series, and these are their values. So only few values are needed to learn, not all. Okay, but when we discuss about the important features, then things will be more clear. So the first thing what you will do, as possible you learn this series. You can skip these ions. If you learn only metals, does not matter. So you can learn only metals. Okay, no need to learn, but remember only this ion, fluoride ion. Fluoride ion is obtained from fluorine. When fluorine accept electron, then it changes into fluoride ion. So acceptance of electron is reduction. So this process is also reduction. So please note down this electrochemical series. Try to write in the vertical line and then mention a standard reduction potential of lithium, which is on top, and only this reaction, and so reduction, and write equation. Means you will only write like this. Okay. So this equation, and that will be fixed in the mind, that all these things are arranged by the acceptance of electron. Even if there is a hydroxide ion OH minus, so you know that in HOH bond these shared electrons are taken by OH group. So this is also based on the acceptance of electron. Here also fluorine changes into fluoride by the acceptance of electron. So these all are written on the basis of acceptance of electron. So that is why these all are called reduced form. These all are, whatever written, these are the reduced form. Reduced form. So important term we will discuss in the main features. So whatever important things you want to write, please note down. So So hello students, before I discuss about the main features of electrochemical series, I want to remind you few things. You know, only this is a reminder. You know what is the oxidation? Oxidation is a process in which electron is lost. Electron is lost. Now see, when lithium changes into lithium ion, then this process is called oxidation. Clear? It means lithium plus is called oxidized product. This is oxidized product of lithium. And lithium metal, since loses electron, so the process is oxidation, and the substance which undergoes oxidation, that substance lithium, since it oxidizes, that is why it is a reducing agent. Reducing agent. Remember, where there is the oxidation, then the reactant will be the reducing agent. Reactant which will oxidize will work as the reducing agent. So remember, this is the important, which will be termed as the reducing agent. It means reducing agents loses electrons. Loses electrons. Reducing agents have tendency to lose electrons. This is the important you will learn. Where we can find reducing agent? In the process of oxidation. Opposite of this, if we talk about reduction, so reduction is the process where electron is gained. So if we write Li plus, and if accept one electron, it changes into lithium. So now lithium is the reduced product. Reduced product. So the substance which get reduced is work as the oxidizing agent. Okay, it work as the oxidizing agent. Clear? So these two terms you always keep in your mind that. One more thing here, you see lithium. Lithium is a metal. So we can also say that metals are reducing in nature. Reducing in nature. Metals are reducing in nature. And reducing substances loses electron. And once again, reducing substances loses electron and oxidizing substances gains electron. Reducing agents loses electrons and oxidizing agents accepts electron. Now the important point, just remember the galvanic cell. At which electrode electron is lost? Yes, it is anode. And at cathode electron is gained. It means those are having good reducing power nature, they will be used as anode. Very important point. Those are having tendency to lose electron, means those are good reducing in nature, they are used as anode, and those have tendency to accept electron, they are used as cathode. Please note down. Example, suppose if we have two metals, aluminium and copper. Aluminium and copper. Now if I ask that in aluminium and copper which will be used as anode and which will be used as cathode, then for that you should firstly know that either aluminium is, because one more thing I told that metals are good, metals are reducing in nature, metals have tendency to lose electron, so that is why they are reducing in nature. Means aluminium is also metal, copper is also metal, so both are reducing nature. But here we have to find out which is more reducing nature, which one will have more tendency to lose electron. For that we have to compare with their standard reduction potential. Okay, standard reduction potential. So for aluminium, let me see what is the standard reduction potential of aluminium. Aluminium is given minus 1.66. For aluminium it is given E naught equals to minus 1.66, and for copper already you know that it is plus 0.34. So you can see that reducing E naught means standard reduction potential of aluminium is less than copper. It means aluminium have less tendency to get reduced, aluminium have less tendency to accept electron. Once again, aluminium have less reduction potential than copper. So aluminium have less tendency to get reduced. It means aluminium have less tendency to lose electron. So if aluminium will have less tendency to lose electron and electron is lost as anode, it means aluminium have less tendency to accept electron and electron is accepted as cathode. It means aluminium can't be used as cathode. Once again, aluminium have less reduction potential. It means aluminium have less tendency to accept electron, and acceptance of electron is at cathode, means aluminium is have less acceptance, so it can't be used as cathode. Means those have less reduction potential, they will used as anode, and copper will be used as cathode. Okay, so this is the general concept for all. But suppose here it is given, electrode potential is given, and if electrode potential is not given, those who want to write this, please pause the video and write, because I am going to clean it. Now suppose here electrode potential is not given. I will take another example. I will take aluminium and suppose iron, or zinc and iron. We have two metals, zinc and iron, and electrode potential is not given. And then if it is asked that which will use as cathode and which will be used as anode, so there is a very simple concept. Find the position of these metals. Those are on the top, they will use as anode, and those are on the down, they will use as cathode. So zinc is found above iron. Okay, so zinc will be used as anode and iron will be used as cathode. Clear? Remember, in Daniel cell we were using zinc and copper electrode. No? Now it is clear that why zinc was taken as anode and copper was taken as cathode, because standard reduction potential of E naught reduction of zinc is less than E naught reduction of copper. So those have less, they will use as anode, and those will have more, they will use as cathode. Those are having on top, so metal on top will be used as anode, and metal down they will use as cathode. So by knowing the position also we can select anode and cathode from the given metals. So there is a very simple concept. So main features of electrochemical series. So the first one, anode. Just we have concluded anode. Those have less standard reduction potential, and mostly we consider as the negative E naught value. E naught, whenever we talk about the E naught value, means we are talking about the reduction potential, because according to IUPAC always we consider standard reduction potential. So negative. And cathode, so those have high standard reduction potential. Means mostly if they are having positive E naught value, they are made as cathode. So if we go in the electrochemical series, above hydrogen E naught given is negative, and below hydrogen E naught is given positive. So those are having E naught negative above hydrogen, they are more reducing power than hydrogen, and those are below hydrogen, so they have less reducing power than hydrogen. Please note down. Those metals are on top, elements on top of the series are good reducing agent. Remember, but their ions are weak oxidizing agent. It means those are having strong, for example, lithium lithium is strong reducing agent, but its ion lithium plus is weak oxidizing agent. It means we can make a general concept reducing power of metal, reducing power of metal is inversely proportional to oxidizing power of its ion. So you see here, oxidizing power of lithium plus is less, okay, it is weak oxidizing agent, so lithium oxidizing power is less, that is why reducing power of its metal lithium is high. So take example lithium and its ion, and this is the general concept. You can compare oxidizing and reducing power of different ions and different metals also. So this will give a clear concept. Only you learn one example. From the top you consider lithium as a reference point. So please note down. So one we consider as the top elements, and now we are considering on the bottom side. So elements or ions on bottom of series are weak reducing agent, but their corresponding ions or elements are strong oxidizing agent. So as an example, now we will consider that on the very bottom side of the ion, that is fluoride ion. Fluoride ion F minus is a weak reducing agent. And from where this fluoride ion is formed? This is formed from fluorine twice F2 changes into 2Fe minus by the acceptance of 2 electron plus 2 electron. This is the reduction. So you see, fluoride ion is the weak reducing agent, so its corresponding element fluorine is the strong oxidizing agent. So you can make a general concept that a strong oxidizing agent of an element is inversely proportional to its reducing power. If reducing power is weak, its oxidizing power is more. So you can write oxidizing power of an element is inversely proportional to the reducing power of its ion. Clear? For metals you can write, so we can consider copper Cu2 plus changes into Cu. So copper is the weak reducing agent, but its ion Cu2 plus is strong oxidizing agent. So this is the reason why mostly from the solution cupric zinc, this is the oxidizing agent, and oxidizing agents have tendency to accept electron. So before the loss of electron from copper, cupric ion accept electron faster and get deposited, and this is the reason why copper is used as the cathode. So please note down that what will be. So down the series you can see that reducing property decreases and oxidizing property increases. So you can write this line also, down to the electrochemical series, reducing property decreases and oxidizing property increases. Please note down. So in application of electrochemical series, this is the very important application of electrochemical series, because the previous and main feature, and the main feature will be application based on the main feature of the electrochemical series. So in the first application, activity of metals, activity of metals, or we can say reactivity of metals. Actually in your book given reactivity, so reactivity of metals. So remember, metals above hydrogen are more reactive than metals below hydrogen. Very simple. Metals above hydrogen are more reactive than below. It means if E naught is negative, this is more reactive than E naught positive. Very simple. If standard reduction potential of an element is negative and if standard reduction potential of an element is positive, so those is having negative value, it is more reactive than the positive value. And if two are having only negative value, then those are have higher negative values. Means if A is having minus 1.86 and if B is having minus 0.87 and it is asking that among A and B which is the most reactive element. So just think and tell me. You can't tell me, but just think now. Keep your answer. So you see E naught of A and this is the E naught of B. E naught of A is less than E naught of B. It means A is more reactive than B. So A is more reactive. I hope you have understood. If only negative is given, then least value will more reactive and higher value will be less reactive. Negative to positive, standard reduction potential increases. Okay, so if standard reduction potential is minimum, its reactivity will be maximum. So we can make a general concept. Reactivity is inversely proportional to E naught reduction. Okay, if standard reduction potential is less, reactivity will be high, and if standard reduction potential is high, reactivity will be less. Please note. Second application is, with the help of electrochemical series and standard reduction potential, we can predict that whether the given reaction will be feasible or not. Means the reaction will be possible or not. So feasibility of reaction. For that, if E naught reduction is negative, then reaction will be feasible. Remember. And E naught reduction, if it is coming positive, then it will be not feasible, means reaction will be not possible. Actually, this is not E naught reduction, it is about the cell. If E naught cell is negative, then reaction will be feasible, and if E naught cell is positive, then it will be not feasible. And if E naught cell comes equals to 0, it means reaction is in equilibrium. It will remain in equilibrium, because you know that E naught cell you can calculate. E naught cell is equals to E naught cathode minus E naught anode, means reduction potential of cathode and reduction potential of anode. If sum of this, if this will come negative, then reaction will be possible, and if this will come positive, reaction will be not feasible, and if it comes 0, then E naught cell will be on equilibrium, means reaction will be in equilibrium. So next application is, with the help of this we can predict that electrochemical series, we can predict that displacement of metals from salt solution. For example, displacement of copper by zinc from copper sulfate solution, or displacement of zinc from zinc sulfate solution by copper, which is possible. So here feasibility also and displacement we can predict. You see, for that you should know the position. If a standard reduction potential is given, means those are most reactive metal can displace least reactive metal, means most reactive will displace least reactive. It means metal on top will displace metal below. So you can see that zinc is above copper, so this reaction is possible. Okay, so this reaction is possible, then zinc sulfate will form and copper will be displaced. But this reaction is not possible because reactivity of copper is less than zinc, so less reactive metal can't displace more reactive metal. So there is another application, that displacement of hydrogen. Those metals kept above hydrogen, they can easily displace hydrogen from their acid, means from HCl, from H2SO4, from HNO3. So that metals can displace, but those metals kept below hydrogen, they can't displace hydrogen from acid, like copper, silver, mercury and so on. Clear? And this is all about the application of electrochemical series. So time is also over, so we have to use the maximum time. So please once again go through the electrochemical series and ask any doubt related to electrochemical series. Don't keep doubts with you. Please ask in the WhatsApp group or in the comment box of this video. Thank you.